listening to the Real Life Church podcast. To learn more about Real Life Church, including our gathering times in Yuma, Arizona, visit us online at reallifeyuma.com. Today's talk comes from Pastor Bob Van Horn.
Well, hey, everybody, and welcome to Real Life Church, our midweek podcast, our first midweek podcast ever. And so I'm excited to be with you guys as we kind of just try to get the word out in another form for you to be able to stay up with what's going on and whatever just happens to be the topic of discussion that day. And so I'm glad you're with us. I'm glad you're listening as we start on this adventure together. All right. So first of all, let me just say this. Last Sunday was an awesome Sunday. We had a great time kicking off a brand new teaching series. We just came off of Easter weekend, and I'm really excited about Easter, and more so that you guys were involved, that you guys were a part of what we were doing. I don't know whether you kept track or not, but we had as a church over 100 and almost 150 invites to our campus on Easter Sunday morning, and we saw several. I'm going to go out on a limb and probably say there were about 25 different visitors in all three services, and it was just great to see the new faces. And even if you were here last Sunday, you saw new faces this past Sunday, and we've been having a lot of new faces in the last several weeks, and so I'm really excited about that. And it goes to show you, I believe this is the most important thing for us to hear, that the personal ask is so important. You asking someone to join us here at Real Life Church, that goes a long ways. And so we're trying to come up with some creative ways to be able to make that happen. So that's always on our mindset, not just on Easter or Christmas, but it's just part of our DNA that we do that on an everyday basis. We're thinking about who we could invite. And also, besides inviting, we have so many other platforms that we've really begun to do here at Real Life Church and really try to do them well. We have our Sunday morning messages that are online. They're Facebooked and they're YouTubed. And, you can help us by sharing those videos. That is a huge way right there. Share those videos with your contacts and your friends. We believe those videos are high quality. We believe that they contain the gospel, and what a great way for us to be able to do that by just simply sharing it with our friends and our family, especially since I know all of you are, hooked into Facebook or YouTube or whatever it is that you're watching today. So share those videos. That would be a great help to us also. The other thing that was this last past Sunday is we wanted to say thank you to our volunteers. And, Real Life Church operates with volunteers. There are only a few of us that are paid here, that are on staff, and a lot of the ministries, from small group to cooking to cleaning, a lot of that is all volunteer. And I want to just say thank you. You guys rock. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Without you guys, we couldn't do what we do here. And so if you're teaching or leading or ministering behind the scenes, you are of such a great importance to us and to what we're doing here. And again, so thank you. If you're not volunteering and you want to volunteer, we can use your help. There are lots of different areas all over the church. Depending on how God has shaped you and how you're talented, we can plug you in. And so don't let that be a hindrance to you as well. Now, on Sunday, we kicked off a brand new teaching series, and I got to tell you, I'm really excited about this series. This Snapshot is what we're calling it, Jesus in Focus. And this week, we just kicked it off. Jesus hasn't done anything spectacular yet. I mean, he hasn't even turned water into wine. He hasn't walked on water or done any of those crazy things. Basically, we talked about John the Baptist, and one of the things that I was thinking about, the recap point, if you want to call it, for me, was a pivotal moment right here. This baptism of Jesus was going to change everything. And I don't know that we get that, because for what, thousands of years, from Moses, if you want to call it, all the way forward, God has had this relationship with the nation of Israel, and they have kind of grown into a system of practicing their religion through the law. And at this very moment, Jesus is coming into the Jordan River, and he's going to be baptized. And from that moment, from that very moment right there, Jesus goes underneath the water, if you can picture it. He comes out of the water. The dove comes flying down, lands on his shoulder, I guess. Okay, and you hear this voice, "This is my son, in whom I am well pleased." That's God talking. And then all of a sudden, from that very second, all of what has been, okay, from Moses all the way forward, all the prophets, all the law, all the ritual, all the sacrifices is done. It's done. And Jesus didn't say we're going to phase it out, okay? He wiped it out. He erased it. And I'm going to tell you something. That is such a pivotal moment right there. Everything that you and I celebrate today began at that moment when Jesus came up out of the water. And so that is so crucial for us to think about and to remember. And this week, I'm going to tell you, I'm really excited about this week. We're going to talk about the temptations of Jesus, not in a way, I guarantee it, not in a way that you have ever heard them talked about before. Okay, a lot of times us pastors, we talk about temptation and how to overcome them just like Jesus did. But there's something that's much bigger that's playing out behind the scenes in these temptations of Jesus. And honestly, you don't want to miss it, okay? You don't want to miss it. You can always catch it. Like I said, we're always going to do it live on Facebook or YouTube. You can catch one of those services. But if you're in the Yuma area, it's time to come on out and check these messages out, because, again, these are crucial snapshots in the life of Jesus, and you just don't want to miss it, okay? I hope to see you here on Sunday. So if you like what you hear so far on these podcasts, there's a great way for you to be able to get these, and it's going to take no work on your part. Right now, you probably had to search this podcast and find it by accident. You could actually subscribe to it. Whatever platform you're using, just subscribe to the Real Life Church podcast. And when we do an update, I'm not going to say it's going to be every Wednesday or every Thursday, but it's going to be once every week. We'll put something out there. Subscribe to it. And you're going to get an email notification or maybe even a text message. It'll say, "Hey, Real Life Church just updated their podcast." And that way you'll get it automatically. All right? Sounds like a great deal to me. Make sure that you're watching our website, our Facebook page. That'll keep you up to date. I'm looking forward to these podcasts because it's kind of a time. I'm going to bring some visitors in once in a while, and we're going to talk about some different things that are going on in the life of Real Life Church. And we're going to do some different things, and it's just not always going to be me. But I want you to make it a habit, okay, of listening, okay? I promise. I'm watching the timer right now. I'm going to keep them down to less than 10 minutes because I know all of us have busy lives. And this way, if you're kind of just out for a walk or you're exercising or whatever that nature, you can just kind of catch up what's going on midweek here at Real Life Church. So glad you're here. The first of many to come. And again, I'll see you next time.
If you were encouraged by today's talk, be sure to rate us and hit subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and wherever you stream your podcasts. To experience other talks, videos, and live gatherings, visit us online at reallifeyuma.com or download the Real Life Church app. And again, thanks for listening to the Real Life Church podcast.